Hello everyone. Do you believe in a sixth sense when facing danger? Today's video will take you through breathtaking situations caught on camera just before the real disaster began. Stay focused and let's watch. Every doorway, window, and even the roof of this Bangladesh train had become a seat. Would you trust this journey for even one station? From above, the Great Migration looks as though the Serengeti itself has started moving. More than 1 million wildebeest join an annual journey of roughly 1,000 kilometers across Tanzania and Kenya.
Awesome. Woo! Wow. Woo! Crazy, eh? Yeah!
During the Po River flood in Turin in November 2016, the tourist boats Valentino and Valentina broke free and were swept against a bridge. Valentina then rolled over and disappeared beneath the current. At 3:48 p.m. on March 11, 2011, the tsunami reached Momoishi fishing port in Aomori, Japan. Within moments, the harbor began tossing heavy fishing boats around, like toys. The overloaded truck leaned farther with every meter of the turn until gravity finally took over. The rickshaw ahead escaped, just before the entire load spilled across the road. On December 17, 2024, dense fog triggered 6 crashes involving more than 40 vehicles on Louisiana's Lake Pontchartrain Causeway. 33 people were taken to hospitals as the bridge turned into what witnesses described as a war zone. The mountain road looked clear until rocks suddenly came down near the bus, covering the bend in dust. The people nearby needed no second warning before they started running. The motorcyclist passed the slope only seconds before the earth, and a full-grown tree crashed across the road. Timing turned an ordinary ride into an unbelievable escape.
Man.
Two different trees, but the same terrifying result. Contact with live power lines turned their branches into blazing conductors. This is one situation where getting closer for a better view is never worth it. On August 7, 2018, the storm sent a fast-moving debris flow through Grugney and Chamison, Switzerland. The mud swallowed the road within seconds, but fortunately, no injuries were reported.
Bisa, itu. Oh nah, wah, ini ya. Orte, aneh, aurre, gehiago, ez? Aneh, atzeratu.
The avalanche crossed the ravine only meters ahead of the skiers. One step farther, and this mountain trip could have ended very differently.
Aloro, alucinante. Vita, ves. Brutal. Hey, torre.
Even a massive offshore platform looks fragile when waves begin reaching its deck. Out here, steel does not always mean safety. This may look like a structural collapse, but it appears to be the controlled launch of a massive offshore jacket. Years of engineering disappear beneath the water in only seconds. On October 26, 2021, flash floods turned the streets of Catania, Sicily, into raging rivers and swept vehicles through the city. For these cars, the road had disappeared completely. The sedan was already surrounded when the current began carrying it down the flooded street. Once the tires lose contact with the road, the driver is no longer in control.
No.
Floodwater and debris kept hammering the spillway until a huge burst of water exploded through the structure. The quiet river had become a machine no one could switch off.
Oh my.
The man entered the yard calmly, until a large tiger suddenly charged through the gate. Judging by that sprint, he discovered a speed he never knew he had. On September 27, 2025, an elephant charged tourists in Botswana's Okavango Delta After their canoes drifted close to its calves, 2 canoes overturned, and 1 tourist was briefly held underwater before surviving the encounter. On September 13, 2025, orcas damaged a sailboat off Costa de Caparica, Portugal, until water began pouring into the hull. The crew was rescued, but the yacht slowly disappeared beneath the sea.
It's a stampede!
A massive dolphin pod turned the ocean into a moving highway of fins and whitewater. Some natural performances are simply too large for one camera frame.
One of the most breathtaking sights in nature.
For the man standing there, the ocean had just delivered dinner straight to his feet. On May 7, 2023, Germany demolished the 453-meter-long Ramadi Valley Bridge near Ludenscheid. The 17,000-ton structure disappeared into a prepared landing bed within seconds. The driver continued along the highway while a massive tornado spun beside the road. How close would be too close before you finally turned around?
Deci este absolut incredibil. Este un nor imens.
We're in a tornado! We're literally in a tornado, dude. Oh, dude, it just crushed the train truck. It might flip the truck. Oh!
After Cyclone Idai struck near Beira, Mozambique, during the night of March 14-15, 2019, winds of up to 177 kilometers per hour left entire neighborhoods flooded and torn apart. From above, the scale of destruction becomes impossible to ignore. Sheets of lake ice kept climbing onto the dock, as though the water had suddenly frozen in motion. This phenomenon is known as an ice shove, driven toward shore by wind and moving water.
There, it's soft.
At the port of ancient Epidavros, Greece, powerful waves surged past the moored boats and flooded the waterfront beside Hotel Mike. The people watching soon discovered that the harbor offered far less protection than expected. On August 2, 2019, a powerful wave overturned a speedboat entering the port of Rowan, Poland. All 8 people aboard, including children, and 2 crew members fell into the water. but no one was seriously injured. On June Sept, 2017, a massive landslide in Greenland's Karet Fjord triggered a tsunami that reached New Gatsiak within minutes. 45 structures were damaged or destroyed, and 4 people lost their lives. This octopus ignored the diver's hand, but immediately accepted the shell as portable armor. Veined octopuses have even been documented carrying shells for up to 20 meters before assembling them into a shelter. When threatened, a pufferfish gulps water until its body expands to 3 or 4 times its normal volume. It looks impressive, but forcing this defense repeatedly can leave the fish exhausted for hours. The parking lot seemed far enough from the ocean until one powerful wave crossed the seawall and surrounded the cars. Everyone nearby suddenly learned that the shoreline had moved much closer.
Whoa. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
The muddy slope kept collapsing beneath the houses until entire sections were pulled into the debris flow. For the families watching, years of work disappeared in only seconds. On February 13, 2024, a massive landslide swept through the Çöpler gold mine near Ilaç, Turkey, forcing workers and excavator operators to flee. 9 miners were buried beneath the moving earth. A wall of muddy water suddenly rushed through Wadi Al Farsha in southwestern Saudi Arabia, trapping a long line of vehicles along the crossing. The footage has circulated since at least 2015, proving the flood was not waiting for traffic to clear. On November 4, 2011, flash floods turned the streets of Genoa, Italy, into violent rivers, sweeping cars and motorcycles between buildings. Around 356 millimeters of rain fell in 6 hours, and 6 people lost their lives. This humanoid robot did not stop at walking. It went straight to spins, kicks, and balancing on one leg. At this rate, the engineers may soon need dance lessons just to keep up. The worker stood beneath the machine as another oversized package swung directly into him. After several hits, even the conveyor seemed determined to send him home early. The 26-meter fishing trawler Sunrise, registered as FR 359, cut through the rough sea, while each wave pushed it hard onto its side. The boat was built for this water, but the ride still looked anything but comfortable. On March 11, 2011, the tsunami generated by Japan's magnitude 9.1 earthquake reached Santa Cruz Harbor in California. Powerful currents tore boats and floating docks from their moorings, turning the protected marina into complete chaos.
Right back up here if it gets wet.
The storm was already impressive, but the red flashes above it were even rarer, known as sprites. These electrical bursts appear high above powerful thunderstorms and may last only a few milliseconds. From above, the landslide looks like a deep scar cut through the rainforest. In only moments, an entire mountainside can erase everything in its path. The cliff was still shedding rocks, Yet several people moved closer for a better view. Sometimes the most dangerous part of a landslide is believing it is already stopped. As the ferry rolled, the parked trucks began leaning dangerously toward one another. At sea, even vehicles weighing several tons can suddenly lose their balance. The ship's swimming pool suddenly became a wave machine as the vessel rocked through rough water. This may be the only pool where seasickness comes included. The monkey was very clever. It traded the phone it had stolen for some delicious cakes from the woman. On June 24, 2026, a magnitude 7.5 earthquake struck northern Venezuela. CCTV in Carabaleta captured people being thrown to the ground as a building across the road began collapsing, all within only seconds. During the magnitude 7.7 Myanmar earthquake on March 28, 2025, violent shaking turned this Bangkok rooftop pool into a giant wave tank. The swimmers escaped as water and floating cushions spilled over the building's edge.